Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Enzo, your host here, where we talk about film reviews, media, pop culture news, and all the like. In this particular video, we'll be reviewing the popular computer-animated adventure comedy movie, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. The film was produced by DreamWorks Animation, initially released in December 13th of 2022 at the Lincoln Center, and then throughout the United States in December 21st of the same year, distributed by Universal Pictures. The film was directed by Joel Crawford, written by Tommy Swerdlow and Tommy Wheeler, edited by James Ryan. Musical scoring was done by Haruto Pereira. I do apologize for butchering your name, especially since you did such a good job in this movie. Moving on. Now, the film has a runtime of around 102 minutes, which is common for a film of this genre and scale, and had a budget of $90 million, which made $402 million at the box office, which is fantastic, since it will send a message to Hollywood that we want more fun-filled movies just like this one. And to be frank, there's not a whole lot of great movies and stuff out in 2022, but this is for sure one of the better pieces of media to come out in that year. Just good stuff overall, more on that later. So the film was financially successful. So what? Real good stuff there, but what about the film's reception from general audiences and professional critics such as myself? Well, the film did quite well there too. For instance, the film received a 95% rating from Rotten Tomatoes, a 7.9 out of 10 from IMDb. What the hell? Why did they round that to 8 out of 10? That's so silly. And 3 out of 5 from Common Sense Media. The film also boasts a 97% approval rating from general Google audiences. Just overall enjoyed by most, including myself. I really have to say I did enjoy this movie. Even as an adult, this animation movie was very enjoyable. Next up, I'll be going over a summarized plot and then a cast list before reviewing the film overall and potentially going over any spoiler territory, of which you'll be warned beforehand. So the film is about an incredibly arrogant cat that we all know and love named Puss in Boots. His character is from the well-loved Shrek franchise. God damn. We follow Puss as his arrogance leads him into the limits of his 9 lives that all cats have. At least mythically speaking, of course. He seems to be unbothered by this and foolishly continues living dangerously, even at the behest of the town's doctor. This lands him into hot water with a wolf character who is a physical representation of death. They quarrel, and as he realizes, he can't beat death, as it is inevitable. So he goes about life as calmly as he can to avoid danger and death, until hearing about a magical star that grants people one special wish. He thinks of reliving his glory days by having his 9 lives and sets out to find this wish. So we follow him on this journey. That is as far as I care to talk about the plot. Now let's get into the cast. The film stars Antonio Banderas as Puss, Salma Hayek as Kitty Softpaws, Florence Pugh as Goldilocks, Harvey Guillén as Perito, Olivia Colman as Mama Bear, and John Mulaney as Jack Horner, to name a few. I do apologize for mispronouncing any names. If you're interested in seeing a fuller cast list, I recommend you simply look it up, though I may leave it in the description below. Before moving on, I gotta say, everyone did a fantastic job with their voice work and is a key element of what makes this film so enjoyable. Just overall, really good work from everyone in this movie. Now, the first element up for review in this film is the writing. Of course, the writing and plot progression is great. Both Tommy Swerdlow and Tom Wheeler did a fantastic job of making the film work and having the personality of these characters come to life. Of course, this is partly due to the voice acting, but overall just good stuff. You will not be bored a minute of this film, I guarantee you. The words characters use are hilarious. For instance, when Kitty Softpaws changes from speaking English to Spanish from time to time, I just die of laughter. Especially the part where she sees Puss lose his hand to the wish portal. That's not really a spoiler, but once you see it, I hope you enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was funny. Next up is the editing and animation, which is of course what makes this film shine. We see different animation styles employed throughout the film that are not wildly varying or distracting, but seem to actually accent the film in such a complimenting way. It only serves to enhance the film's style and comedic elements. Personally, I really enjoyed it. Next up, the music is great. I really enjoyed all the sound effects and musical scoring throughout the film, especially the songs, man. I really enjoyed the arrogant song Puss sings at the beginning of the film. It's quite funny. The song is all about his successes and praise from the public, and it really makes you smile. A lot of the times, it can be quite difficult to make a character both egotistical and likable, but they really did that in this film. Sometimes they may come off as jerks, but in this film, they did a great job. Just really good stuff here. So overall, how does the film stack up? Well, if you can imagine, it stacks up great. It's an awesome movie. I totally recommend you go ahead and watch it. You will have fun, and it's just a fun laugh ride throughout. Really good stuff. Now, in terms of spoilers, I'll only go over the overall message of the film if you were not able to figure out for yourselves. So yeah, this is spoiler territory. Log out if you want, otherwise stay and watch. Totally up to you. So we have Puss, who's negating the value of his current life, even indulging in death-defying stunts to get this wish of 9 more lives when he has the one right now. This, as you can imagine, translates to a journey of stop and smell the roses. Appreciate the life you have, stop to enjoy it, otherwise it will go by quick. If you don't appreciate your life, it won't appreciate you. Hell, I remember drinking vodka and orange juice my senior year of high school during math class, and now I'm working full-time, paying bills, and making film reviews in my free time. Like what? Life's wild. Just go ahead and appreciate it. Now, there's another B-side story that involves Goldilocks, which is a lot more interesting. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it was really written well. Her wish in the film is that she wants to meet her real family, and that entails leaving the current family she's with, the bear family that raised her. Now, it's a little messed up considering they raised her and they love her. You can see that throughout the film. They, of course, get offended by this when they find this out. This sends a strong message of love your family, love the ones you have. I know in America, families may suck, and divorce rates are at an all-time high. But remember what all those old philosophers said. Whatever happens to you may be bad, but only because you perceive them to be. You let it be bad. But if you can grow and mature and love the ones you're with, no matter how bad things get, then you're golden. So go ahead and call your mom and dad and tell them you love them. I can't think of a better message to end this film and review on, so I'll go ahead and leave with that. However, before I do leave the video, I will end with a few announcements. 1. You may be wondering why I'm making videos like this instead of in front of the camera. Well, the main reason is simplicity of this video format. It simply allows me to make content faster for you. I will go back and forth between the two in order to meet demand. The second thing I want to talk about is that the next video I want to release, I want it to be a skit rather than a film review. So please bear with me in the time it takes that it puts out. I am a learning content creator and yada yada yada. And 3, I'll always tell your ass the truth and have high quality in my reviews, and I know other reviewers on this site are soft as hell for advertising and social circle reasons. For instance, Chris Stuckman, he's a popular reviewer on this site, does a great job, but has gone soft with his reviews. This isn't for any negative reason, I'm not insulting him in any ways, I just want to let you know that in previous videos, not just him, but in other reviewers, I've noticed that once they get successful enough and start making films, they can't really insult or criticize films in a very negative way because they are working with these people. They are now in the industry and don't want to insult people or their work because they might work with them one day and they don't want to be blacklisted in the industry. And because of that, I will always tell your ass the truth no matter what. So put some respect on that name by hitting that motherfucking subscribe button. Like the video if you did, share it with friends, and let others in the film community know I'm about it, you heard? Same 30 motherfuckers watching in my videos, yet they ain't subscribed. Fuck out of here. Peace, homies. I'll see y'all in the next one.